What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Dyzee Diaries Bboy vlog. I apologize because it's been a while since I posted my last vlog. It's because I just came back from Canada and the whole jet lag thing, I've been really messed up. And also, there's some huge, big changes that are going on in my life now. It's really switched and flipped my whole world around. And so, I haven't been able to get into making a video. But I've decided that I was going to continue on, so I'm going to make this video. This video is about my recent travels to Vancouver, where my crew Supernaturals and NON had an amazing battle, a battle that we'll never forget. And I want to share with you my strategy and our plan for that Cypher battle. A Cypher battle and a competition battle are very different from each other. I wish that they were closer, but they're different. The reason why is because in a competition, you need to win the judges. That's the whole point. In a Cypher, the only person that you're trying to win over is the person you're battling. You're trying to make them feel like they lost. You're trying to bust their ego, and that's all that really matters. And of course the crowd is there to help you and everything like that, but in the end it's about how you walk away from that battle and what you walk away from it with. After that battle, we know exactly at which parts that we lost, and I'm sure they know exactly which parts they lost, and in the end you know exactly what you won in as well. So anyway, my crew, Supernaturals, we haven't battled together in a long time, and but we still had a plan going into this battle. The plan was simple. The guys in my crew are gonna jab, they're gonna throw the flavor, the style, put a lot of new ideas, and I'm gonna wait for an opening. And what I mean by that is I'm looking specifically for something that they do that I can respond to, because there's nothing worse than doing something and then having someone come after you and do the exact same thing but better, right? That really hurts. It hurts me when someone does it to me. Shoot, like, it makes me angry. I'm like, ugh. So that's the whole concept and mentality of us in the Cypher perspective. We're saying, hey, let's look for something that they do, the best argument, and let's respond to that. You know what I mean? And then let's throw a whole bunch of stuff that we know they were not able to respond to back as well. So hope you enjoyed this video as I narrate through this and explain to you and show you exactly what I'm thinking in this battle. I'm Dyzee, a 12-time world champion, a thread-style pioneer, a global b-boy activist, and you're watching the Dyzee Diaries b-boy vlog!
So in the Cypher perspective, it's all about the conversation. I'm clearly watching what these b-boys are doing and what they're doing on the dance floor. So you see over here he's doing some kind of upper shoulder backspin right here, and I wanted to respond to that the best I could. So I'm going to be coming in right after him and responding to that move specifically with the closest thing possible. So here I am, throwing down, going to my forehand, bam, bam, boom. That's my response. Very simple and very short, because all I'm doing is responding. Now right after my round, Muggs of NON comes out and calls me out, and he does a little move where it's kind of like a 90 drop holding his foot. And it's a move that I would normally respond to, but he does something that I fell for. He calls me out right after the round and gets me upset, and it makes me throw down right away. I start off with my strong burner, but I forget which move to respond to, and I just mess it up. And this is one of the things that you should never do in a battle, because you want to always not fall for those traps. So later on in the battle, B-Boy Tricky does a little head hollow back while he's kicking his legs. I remember this, and I try to do it a little bit later on in the battle. Now another point in the battle, we got my boy B-Boy Puzzles here doing a little neck break go down right here. BAM! Now to be fair, there's an amazing response by Savage Rock. He comes in and he does a neck break in there, right there. See that? Then he hits this freeze. Boom! Holding his foot. Gets up, walks up to the Puzzles. Yeah, so when I see him going down, these are the kind of moves that I want to respond to, because I'm going to back up my boy Puzzles. So I'm going to go in right after. I'm just throwing this go down, which was actually a mistake later on. Now here I'm going in, showing some footwork and style, and I'm going to do my own foot toss combo. The reason why is because the way it ends in a similar freeze. Blam! You see me get up and point him out and said, yeah, see that? Now later on in the battle, I see Muggs come in again. He does his beatdown burn right there. Boom, boom, boom. Crowd goes nuts. And he points me out again, which I'm not going to fall for this again, pointing me out at the end of his round. Now later on, I see Tricky come in, and what he's doing is he's doing a little thread backspin kind of windmill move. So I want to come in and show the closest thing possible, which is tap mills while threading into a freeze right here. Boom, boom. Little bit of a missed foot thing, but blam! Hit the freeze. Now over here, Magnus does a little rolling move that I have a response to, because I know it's my move, so you see me setting up and getting ready. Of course, Magnus, I'm watching what he's doing. Now he's doing like some threads. And a freeze that I remember, I'm like, okay, that's why you see me give a little props there. But now, Jack steals the round. Stealing the round, they keep trying to steal the round, so here I'm saying, who, you want to come in? Go in, go in. Go in, because you can steal as many rounds as you want in a Cypher battle, because it's never going to end. Here I am, boom! See that response to Magnus' first move? I'm coming back in again, and I'm going to respond to that head hollow back move, but on my elbow tips. Now here's an awesome response by Muggs right back at me on his elbow. And this is where he does a little knee hop thing, which made me say, dang it, I already used that move. Now later on I'm watching Bboy Severin from NON, and he's one of their more original cats with a lot of good ideas. And so I have some moves that are similar to him. He's gonna do a little ankle-ish kind of freeze move, so I'm gonna have a good response to that. Here I am coming in, going to the ground. I'm showing a little bit of like original footwork patterns right here, boom. My clock blenders, and then I'm gonna go into a thread combo, into a freeze. That would be a good response to him. But I little bit crash out of it. Now in this round is a perfect example of how to respond. He finishes his round in a stack down to worm right here, and I come in and do the exact same way. So he comes down like that, and I come in and do the exact same entrance. Boom, 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 into elbow tip freeze. I then go after Muggs and do a burn, the beatdown burn, and then I finish with a thread combo to respond to the other B-boys. Boom, boom, blink, and a little bit of attitude. Now here Magnus finishes with a little freeze while sitting on his hands. Blink! I'm gonna call him out on that later on. Now this B-boy from NON, one of the OGs, he just called me out, and it's good. And he's doing a little tiny things that make me want to respond. So right here he comes in again. He's doing little glass things that I'm just gonna clown him a bit on, because he's got a lot of character, and the best way to clown to battle character is to clown it. And he does a little twirly leg right here. Whoop whoop. So these are the kind of moves that I'm going to respond to. So I'm going to come in, clowning her off the beginning, doing a little glasses thing, but I feel kind of bad, so I say I'm just joking, and I go down to the ground, and I do the exact same move. Whoop, whoop, blink, and then I point out Magnus, and I say, hey, your little sitting in the hand move, blip, and the crowd goes crazy. It's a funny joke. Now Savage is pointing to his elbows right there, saying that he's going to use his elbows for a move, and does elbow tracks. So I want to respond to the closest thing possible. He does a little hand link thing, like a basket thing, into a freeze, right? So I'm going to respond to those two things specifically. I'm showing him right off the beginning that I got elbow stuff too, but I'm doing it right off the elbow tips. Into freeze, boom, okay? Letting him know. And then I'm going to go into a hand link move to respond to his hand link thing as well. Now much later in the battle, Bboy Bridge from my crew pulls out a no-handed set. Blam! Man, we go crazy because he hasn't done that in a long time. Now this happened to be a perfect bait where Jax comes in and tries to do a no-handed set, which was honestly a mistake for him to try to do, because it actually set us up to do a perfect response back to that and kill it. Where Puzzles now comes in, does a one-handed set. But it's funny because he brings me in and commandos me into another one-handed set, which I kind of don't do as good as I used to back in the day, but it's still alright. But I finish and Bridge comes back in and does a one-handed set. So 3 one-handed sets as a perfect response. And this is how you build crazy momentum in a battle. Now later on, Bboy Magnus does a side baby freeze right there. He did a variation, and Severin does a little ankle spin move. So when I come in after, I'm going to be responding direct to the ankle spin move, and then I'm going to finish off with a side baby freeze variation right there, but into air chair. Crowd goes nuts even though I didn't hit it that good. Now later Jax comes in and does a bit of shoulder thread into some like tuck under freeze transitions. So when I come in later on, I'm going to try to respond to the best that I can. So he pushes up into freeze. So I'm coming with the closest thing possible that I can do, which is shoulder freeze, threads, transitions, but using threads of course. in my own way. Boom, 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 boom. Now sometimes your opponents try to mock your move to get you to stop doing it, but the best response is to do a same variation of the move. So here we have Bboy bridge, steal the dead moment and do a little suicide move right there and get up. So the response from Savage Rock is going to show that he can also do a suicide move as well right here. Bam! So he's doing it as a response, and therefore I want to show a good response back right here. Boom, boom, bloop, and then yep, whoop, bam. Same response back. It's all about the conversation. Little burn just for fun. Now here I am, hungry to get in. I throw a round that is not in response to anything, so therefore it doesn't have a great effect because it's not in context. Now here Severin hits a side spin just like that, and I have a move very similar, so I decide to go in right after again, but I was already tired from the last round. So there I go, do the same move to reverse hang glide, and I kind of mess up, but I go into a little freeze. Just simple responses. Now we got Savage Rock coming in and doing some power. Now at this point I realize that I'm gonna have to do some power to at least show that I can do some too. So when I do come in, I decide that I'm gonna throw down a power move that I invented, which is the elbow tip glides. I made this move back in 2000, but later on I found out that other people have also done this move back in the 80s. Now near the end of the battle, NON decides to do a 5, 6, 7, 8 routine against us, which I think is a bad call for a Cypher battle, because these type of routines, 5, 6, 7, 8 routines, get you really tired because everyone has to be dancing at the same time. Now of course they're going to commando somebody in, Tricky, who's going to, pretty much kill it like he usually does with the power and the tricks. But this sets us up to do one of our routines, which I call as a blow-up routine, because we do it's like a double, an old school double style routine where we, it takes 2 people to do it, and these routines seem to always do a bit better or be better as a response to a 5, 6, 7, 8 routine. It's a classic routine that me and Puzzles don't even have to practice and we somehow get it down. But just to finish it off, we go into one of the crazy commando tricks that me and Bridge does. And that pretty much sums up our strategy in the Cypher. Just responding the best we can and jabbing them with what we do best.
So just wanted to thank everyone for watching my vlog, and just want to point out that crew battles is where it's at. B-boying has always been a crew thing. There's nothing better than having your entire crew just go up against another crew and just battle it out. To me, that is the most funnest thing in the world about breaking, you know what I mean? It's amazing. This is the whole reason why B-boying came into existence, okay? I know that BC1 is like the best event in the world, and it's a one-on-one event, and so everyone wants to be a one-on-one champion, but one-on-one doesn't mean nothing. Of course it means something, right? But in the end, if you don't have a crew to share it with, if you don't have people to battle with, then what's the point? And so, my suggestion is, if you guys have a crew, find your rival and just call them out. No time, no judges. Well, you can choose the judges if you want, and if you're smart, you'll make an event out of it, and both of you guys can split the money, right? Teaching crews how to make money and make a living just by giving the community what they want to see. A battle to be remembered. Alright, anyway,